Borderline videos.
What's up, people? What's going on? I'm Brent. I'm Fahred. We are the Spears Brothers.
What up? How you be?
What's up, people?
How you be, man? Hey, all we can do is try, bro.
Man,
It's all right.
we show up all our technological deficiencies.
Yeah, it be that way, man.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I don't have too much shame in my game, and maybe we can go back and do a little editing on this. I don't know, but
Live is live.
yeah, it is.
Hey, I'm Brent,
Oh, and I'm Fahred.
and we are the Spears Brothers plus one.
We got a special guest.
What's up?
Welcome back, Sid.
Good to be back.
How you doing, man?
Living large,
There
man.
we go. Fred, what you do here today, man? As
So,
we're up here in the Dell, we're up here in the attic.
We in the attic of the Dundee Dale. It's like 95 degrees outside, and I got to wipe some sweat off my brow. It ain't no joke up in this camp. But yeah, we got a sample from a producer, an American single malt producer called Old Line, and we got I've gone to their website. I encourage all of you to do the same thing. But I went to their website. They have actually an extensive list of offerings in terms of their single malt. And so they sent us a couple. And so
Where are they out of?
so they are, from what I can tell, they're out of Baltimore, and their connection to the spirit world or to the single malt world, in terms of the naming, it has to do with the fact that it's connected to like a military history.
Okay.
Apparently, in one of the military conflicts, one of the leaders of an aggressive act, he wanted his old line to come to his aid and support, as opposed to some folks.
A new line.
Yeah, new line, because they didn't have it down pat.
Okay.
And I'm not telling this as well as I probably can. Let me just, I do want to read a little bit from their website. It says there's a Navy connection. Mark McLaughlin and Arch Watkins met in the Navy flying EA-6B Prowlers in different active duty squadrons. They were both stationed at the same base in Naval Air Station Whidbey Island in Washington State. And so then, the website goes on to show some military equipment, aircraft equipment, and it gives it in the detail of their story. But the one thing that I wanted to do before I left their website was to just talk about a little bit about their various spirits that they have in their core line. So let's see what I can find here. Tastings, tours, Spirit Shop online. Okay, here we go. So they have their flagship is the American Single Malt whiskey, and then they have a bottled in bond, and then they have a Navy strength, and so that's equivalent to like a cask strength, And then they have a single barrel American malt whiskey, and then they have a double oak series. The first of which is a sherry cask finished American single malt whiskey. Then they have a port cask finished American single malt whiskey. Then they have a Madeira cask finished American single malt whiskey. Then they have a Muscatel cask finished American single malt whiskey. One more? There's more. They have a maple syrup cask finish American single malt whiskey, and they have a cognac cask finish American single malt whiskey. They have an Armagnac cask finish American single malt whiskey. I'm getting tired. I'm just kidding, y'all. Then they have a Sauterne cask finish American single malt, and I wish that would have been what they had sent us, because you guys know how much I love connected to ore.
Yeah.
I'm not done. I'm almost done, though. They have a rum cask finish. They have Brent. They got rye. They have a 51 rye whiskey. They have something called Ohana Double Oak Blend American Single Malt. They have a Golden Edition American Single Malt. Man, I mean, y'all got to go to the website.
Where'd you hook up with him at?
So I met one of their brand ambassadors at Proof.
Okay.
I was in there with our good buddy Jack, the Hood Sommelier. Y'all know him from his own podcast, and he introduced me to her, and he told her what you and I were doing, and she jumped right over it. She wanted to make sure that we stayed in touch, and that she got some contact information to send us what it is she said.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, I poured these here a little bit ago. That's a 95 proof.
So that'll be the flagship. And
Yeah, this is a 114.
the
So
mainstream.
yeah, I guess the flagship we better drink first
Yeah.
because it's only 95 proof. And the other one is 114.
It says 95.
Yeah, it says 95.
So these have been sitting for a while, and so we only have two of their massive lineup to be able to sample, and so I'm going to just read a little bit about it. So
Hey, I'm just making sure the host has the most.
Okay.
yeah. So this is a flagship 95 American Single Malt. O-Line Flagship 95 is the defining and unparalleled American single malt collection, crafted from the finest malted barley and matured for 4 to 6 years in new heavy char American oak barrels. This 95 proof whiskey masterfully delivers the best elements of old world tradition with new world innovation, experience of a harmonious balance of vanilla, cocoa, cereal notes, exquisite neat or over ice. You'll also love it as a cornerstone of a crafted cocktail. And they showed the MSRP on it at $45.
Okay.
So anyway, what y'all picking up on the nose?
I get a light floral note, kind of indicative of what I think of a lot of American single malt give off. It reminds me of Stranahan's on the nose.
Does it?
Not to call out. Yeah, but just a little.
It's not a heavy nose.
No,
It's,
a little
it's
floral.
actually-
It's not as
actually
deep.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picking up the cereal that's fairly prominent. This smells like not that a particular cereal that I can identify, but
It smells like the Kellogg. I don't know if the Kellogg plant is still running out here, but
yeah,
it
it
smells
Oh,
like
when
the
you
Kellogg
drive-
when you drive by in the morning.
yeah, there's a distinct cereal note on this.
Okay. Let's get some taste, man.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We out of practice. big time. Oh, this is horrible. We out of practice.
So one of the things we were just talking about before we decided to go live on this was certain spirits, after having a certain amount of age on them, that they somehow lose their vitality and their bite. Well, this is a long way from having lost its vitality and its bite. It's fairly young.
It's bright.
It is bright.
It's awful bright.
It's got that's what I'm talking about. It has the vitality.
Yeah. It's bright.
But its youth has complexity to it. It's not just one note. Definitely getting some of the baking spices.
Yeah.
The vanilla is fairly prominent. There's a slight fruity note.
It is.
Like a berry that they stewed in baking spices, like you're making a reduction of some kind.
Yeah.
So is the bourbon note coming across fairly prominent
Oh
to you
yeah.
guys?
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, it does for me.
Yeah. It actually drinks. I think it drinks a little hotter than a 95.
I don't know if I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. It packs a little bit more punch than you would expect it to
Well,
pack.
I know what you used to always say. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
For me, this is a good thing. For me, this is a good thing. I like.
Considering we're on a fairly warm day today,
Yeah.
I like the brightness of it.
Yeah.
It's not heavy. It don't want to drag you down.
There's a lingering citrus to it too.
It's got a long finish on it.
It does.
Do you think that you would ever get this confused with the bourbon?
You could. I think you could.
I think a young bourbon.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't.
It If you didn't know,
And not to disagree with you, but to me, you almost have to chase down the bourbon. To me, this drink's more like what I would think of, like of a young Scotch. Other than, I think you're missing.
Baking spice.
Yeah, well, other than the baking spice and
The brown sugar.
this isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you're missing things that
Yeah.
you would get in a young Scotch because you're not filling a previously used bourbon barrel, right?
Yeah.
You're going into a young
First fill.
barrel.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. Y'all know I'm old school when it comes to putting my drop to.
Yeah, I want to dig my finger in there. You know what? There's some straws right there.
I got you. I got you.
Man, that's bright.
I do like it. It's,
It's
See what this water does. This drop does on the nose. It intensifies something. Now, I don't. For me,
it's got good color on it.
I mean, if you look at the color, there's nothing about the color that's gonna make you think it's got a lot of age on it, and of course it does.
No, it tastes young.
I
would like to see this in 3 or 4 more years.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think with some water, it becomes more fruity on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a change for the better. And it's like
It really accentuates the brown sugar and the baking spice and stuff.
it mellows it out like what you would want to have with a really good premium single malt.
And I don't understand how it can make it any more brighter than it already is, but it does.
I'm starting to pick up like a cinnamony hazelnut with the water in it.
It's just the citrus on the back is it's very good.
It definitely is better with the drop or two
I think so.
in it.
I think so.
And you know, Brent, you made the comment that it definitely is a young Scotch, and I know that it's a young Scotch from reading about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like an aged Scotch, but I've had Scotches. It's like this is. I'm not talking about this one, but I've had other Scotches. I said this is a really young Scotch.
Yeah.
That's not the way this hit me. It's youngish, but it's not like that's the first thing that jumped out to me.
Yeah. No. I there's a lot of other things that jump out at me way before I think that it's young.
Okay.
But I do
Yeah.
think I would love to revisit this same thing
Yeah.
here after and let it sit in the barrel here for a couple more years.
Well, I think the woman that I met who was brand ambassador, I think part of what it was she was doing was trying to make some headway with respect to having Nebraska be one of the states that is being distributed
Okay.
to. So, yeah. So I want to do a comparison with the other for the other sample that she sent.
I'm still enjoying this. Hold up, slow your roll.
Look, bro,
you're trying to get into my happy place here.
Look, man, I like to be able to do the comparison head to head. I know you want to be able to get your Nirvana on with your pour that you sucking on, and it's all for your own individual enjoyment. I'm trying to spread some education to the people, bro.
Is that what that is? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were trying to do. But this next one from Old Line is navel strength, 114 proof. Here, I'll pass them down.
So this is what the website says about the Navy proof. Bottled at a robust 114 proof, this American single malt salutes traditional strength cherished by both American and British navies. This high proof whiskey delivers a boldness and complexity, along with an approachability that is rare for a whiskey of such high proof. We'll be the judge of that. Wait, I wasn't finished. I'm just savor the bold interplay of cocoa, brown sugar, cereal notes. We got the cereal notes coming back. Perfect for neat sipping, a splash of ice, or elevating a cocktail to new heights. 57% ABV, $55 is the MSR P on it. So, I mean, it sounds solid.
That flagship was delicious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like that too.
That was really good.
Well, I can see if this
For a hot day,
Yeah.
you need paper towel?
I probably do, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just, I'm just gonna do the wipe like this and keep it moving, bro. One of these days when we have you on enough, we'll blow up, and then we'll have people standing by in the makeup. I can stand by, and get my face beat. Is that what they call it? Get your face beat, But
I look forward to it.
This is,
The cereal note was more toasted on this one. I don't know.
it's almost like somebody just put out a fire, and you picking up the remnants of the, what your nose would pick up after a fire was just over, like something has been burning or something.
Charter.
Yeah.
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 That's a little. I'm not catching nothing off the top.
No, this is not on the nose anything that to me is particularly distinguishing. If I were to compare this nose with the first one, it noses like it's more alcoholic. That's the only real difference that I'm picking up. I'm picking up, I think on the first one that the cereal note was more prominent. On this one, I'm picking up the cereal, but the cereal is not subdued, but is suppressed or outweighed by the note of alcohol that I pick up on this one. Now, they said something about cocoa. Is anybody picking that up?
I haven't.
No.
The cocoa doesn't.
But here, let's get a taste from it.
All right.
Cheers. We got better a second time.
Hey, second time's a charm.
Yes.
So my first thought when I drink,
cocoa.
my first thought when I drink this is that both of the samples that they sent us, that they outkick their coverage on proof. In other words, they both drink at least as hot, if not hotter, than what the price, what the listing is. This is 114. It's every bit of it.
That's interesting. First note with the cocoa on the front,
Yeah.
because that's the first thing that you run into.
It's like mid palate for me. I get the fruit, and then it's almost and then like the chocolate, and then like a hint of cinnamon, almost like you put a bit of cinnamon in your hot cocoa.
Mid-tone, I picked up a little bit of dark cherry note. It didn't last, but
I can see that.
something came across and it's like,
I can see that. Because I am definitely getting the fruit note.
The fruit and the cocoa, you could get the dark cherry real easy. You can get there from there.
yeah.
A little darker. Obviously, the color don't mean a whole lot.
This flagship, I'm telling you. I mean, I was getting after the water like a cinnamon roasted hazelnut almost. That I guess I'm kind of curious to see
On the second sip of the Navy, I do get a lot more cinnamon.
Yeah.
A lot more cinnamon.
Yeah.
I know how you feel about cinnamon in your bread.
Some of them could be so cinnamon forward that they distract too much from what else is going on.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys. Do either of these expressions remind you of some other existing commonly consumed single malt, whether it be American or Scotch?
Yeah, I can't think of that one. That real, it's the clear bottle with it's a real cinnamon forward. Reminds me of this maple, and I'm losing what it is now. Because just the second sip really put the cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon, the cinnamon crunch touch, whatever the cereal is that.
I must get like a line on the inside of my lip between your front teeth when you after you process it a little bit, running tongue across. Almost get like a lime, some cinnamon, and then it kind of turns to chocolate. I get the cinnamon toast crunch.
I don't know that I can answer that question either in terms of it reminding me of anything.
Okay. Scapa 16, the Arcadian. Well, not 16. Sorry, Scapa the Arcadian, because 16 is
Yeah.
So
Which were you talking about? The first pour or the second?
The first pour reminds me of the Arcadian.
So I'm getting the impression that you have a distinct preference for the 95 versus the 114.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so in support of that, what I would say is that contrary to the opinion that you guys would expect me being the proof snob that you guys think that I am, I think that the 95 has a little more complexity than the 114 Navy strength. I love the intensity of the flavor profile that you tend to get with a higher proof point. But in my opinion, as it relates to this particular expression, that it's at the expense of, and not that the 95 proof is overly complex, but I think it's more complex than the Navy strength, though.
Yeah, I mean, to keep it short, I agree, but I don't think I would like this one, the Navy, anymore if it was proof down to 95. I just don't like the flavor notes in it. I don't like the cinnamon forwardness of it. Takes away from some of the other things a little bit to me, in my opinion. The flagship, man, I think that thing is bombing, man. That thing is outstanding.
I will say this, that the flagship, it gets better with every sip.
Yeah.
It gets better with every sip.
It just kept rising and rising and rising.
It's not impressive to me when you first sip it, but the more you sip it, the more impressive it becomes. Yeah.
It's like a journey. Every time you take another swig of it, for me, there's like, oh, well, this is new
You
discovery.
find something else.
Yeah,
Find
it's
something else.
more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was adding water to both. I feel like the flagship benefits more from water than the Navy strength. For me, the Navy strength, when I first tasted it, I really loved the cocoa. It wasn't bitter. It was just like the sip of hot cocoa. And then to Brent's point, the cinnamon kind of rolled in.
Yeah.
And then on the second note, I don't know, like it just didn't move as much for me as the flagship. And then once you put water in it, the nose opened up on this one, and I kind of feel like the nose almost closed off on me.
To me, it suppressed the good things I was getting out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't help it at all, So not everything's meant to be at that water to, which I'm good with, but it's drinkable. I could see where some people would like it if you like that note on it,
Well, I like the 114 of Navy strength better with a drop or two of water in it also. I guess I shouldn't say also, because you guys are saying, well, maybe it's not doing anything to improve it. So, but I agree with you though that it opens it up without adding a whole lot to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like I said, usually one of the things that can happen is that you put a little water in and then you started getting waves of that reflect the complexity of the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really get that when you add the water to it.
I will say this.
What?
On my third, fourth sip,
Yeah.
It's got to the point that it expanded that finish a little bit, but it's that doggone cinnamon note that's throwing me so bad that I can't get away from.
you know what?
It's just my.
No, it's your
flavor
problem. Yeah,
profile.
that's fine. The cocoa for me has rolled back now, so it's now towards the back of the palate.
Yeah.
You get more of the cinnamon. And
But I did like my third or fourth hit off of it better than I did the second with water. So You know,
I
maybe we need to keep exploring this thing and see where it goes. I'd love to try some of their other expressions.
I'm picking up on the cinnamon on this also, but to me, it's
Well,
actually
if you like that, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's just about
Oh,
what
look,
you
I'm
like
not
in
saying
that.
the cinnamon's bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just I don't particularly care for the overpowering cinnamon, and I say overpowered because it could be just a little dab in it, and it might do it for me. Where it's the same for you guys.
For me, it's like a Vietnamese cinnamon, which is a sweeter cinnamon,
Yeah.
and I mean,
And so I recently had a conversation about cinnamon on some other stuff here recently that we've had, and it's just I don't know. It's just it's one of the things I haven't gotten used to yet.
right.
So,
Well, I would.
I highly recommend it. I like both of these.
As between these two expressions, I would buy at the price point that I mentioned earlier. I think one was 45 and one was 55. I would buy both of them.
yes.
As between one bottle or the other, I think the flagship for my palate and what I enjoy is probably the better buy, and that's coming from the proof snob, bro.
I'm glad you expanded your horizons. That's all I'm saying. Don't let proof
No,
drive everything.
I will say here, after I let the flagship set for a while, so I'm picking up cinnamon on that too.
Uh-oh.
No, but I like the way it's distributed a little bit better in that one than I do
The flagship to me is I mean that's what I like about it. And what I like about it is something I've learned to appreciate about a single malt from you guys, and that is when single malts have the complexity.
Yeah.
And it it's not the most complex single malt that you're going to ever have, but it has as much complexity, I think, for a young single malt as you're going to come across.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, again, I really like Stranahan's. Brent will tell you, I like Stranahan's. They're American malt, single malt.
That's a good one to gauge it off.
And I don't think it has Stranahan's. I don't think it has the journey that I'm having with each step of the flagship.
It's nowhere near as complex as this is.
No, I've had the High West, their single malt. I mean, it's good, but I don't think it's this in terms of, especially once I put a drop of water. I mean, before water, I thought it was good, but I think definitely the water opened it up and it made it easier for your tongue to kind of
wrap around some flavors.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know American single malt producers near as well as I do those that come out of Scotland. I have had, I think is it Balcones?
Yeah, out of Texas.
Yeah, out of Austin, I think.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple, 3, chances to taste their expressions, and one of them really did kind of blow me away. But I don't have a really good frame of reference because I understand that there's good single malt.
Everybody's getting there now.
Everybody's doing it, yeah. And so it'll be really interesting to see, where the American single malt production is in another like 7 or 8 years after these producers have had a chance to lay some stuff down, try different barrels with their stuff, to work some kinks out.
Yep.
I mean, I think we at a place where we can. This might be an opportunity to invest in some really good stuff that you might want to lay down for a while.
These boutique places are really doing a good job, and they're not afraid to try some experimentation with the finishing.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
The Brent point, I would love to see this flagship. Just like keep a couple barrels, age it, give it 10, 12 years.
Let it sit.
And then,
hopefully it wouldn't be too long on it.
No.
But you don't know till you know.
Yeah.
Y'all need to holler back at us.
I would definitely love
keep us on the samples and this.
Try that if that ever happens. Absolutely.
Hey, look, I'd like to thank O-Line for sponsoring us this time and dropping us a couple samples. I want to thank Sid for sitting in with us.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Happy to
You
be
know,
here.
It's hey man, I'm glad good bump into.
Yes, sir.
So this has been cool. So
Till next time, y'all.
we out.
Hit buttons.
Thank you.